Everyone, this is Brandon with Recast Software, and today I'm going to show you how to install the Recast management server. So, if we look at hardware prerequisites, you'll need at least 4 cores of CPU, 8 gigabytes of memory. The SQL server that you're using will need at least 20 gigabytes of free space in addition to your normal Windows installation to install SQL and provide database space. More space is required if setting up trends and taking snapshots. 100 gigabytes is a safe place to start for teams looking into maximizing trends. From a software perspective, you'll need at least Windows Server 2012 R2 or later, IIS, ASP.NET 4.7, the .NET Core hosting bundle. This will be installed if you run the Recast Management Server installation and it's not present at the time of the install, but it needs to be installed after IIS. Any licensed version of SQL will do. If you don't have permission to create a SQL database using the credentials to run the install, you can pre-create the SQL database beforehand. I'll include a link to this guide, and I'll create a video that goes over it in the future. But we're going to skip that in this install, and we're going to get the install from portal.recastsoftware.com. So Recast Management Server, here's the version, all the way to the right. This blue arrow pointing down is going to download the installer. The cloud pointing down is going to download the license, and the clipboard is going to give you the release notes. I've already downloaded the installer, so I'm going to open File Explorer, and I'm going to kick off the installer now. Next, this first page here is going to be your IIS configuration. So most of the time, the default is going to be correct for you. And the default IIS port is 444. We're going to click Next. The certificate configuration, there's 2 options. You can generate a self-signed certificate, or you can use an existing IIS certificate. If you have an existing certificate that's signed by a CA, that's optimal. It just saves you the task of deploying the certificate to machines that you're going to deploy an agent or like Proxy to. You deploy the certificate to the Trusted Root certificate store, so that when you deploy the agent and the proxy, it'll be able to communicate back to the server right away. And you can, if you use a self-signed certificate, you can always update to a CA down the road. It's very easy to do. So we'll click Next. This is going to be your SQL configuration, so your SQL server name. That's my SQL server. And the default port is 1433. That looks good. We'll click Next. Here's where you can import your license or browse to where you've downloaded it from Portal. I'm just going to sign in here with my Portal credentials. Download license. Download successful. We'll click Next. This will be the proxy configuration. You don't have to install the proxy at the time of the install, so you can opt out. We'll talk a little bit about proxy. I'm not going to go over the warranty stuff because I have a series that goes over the RMS installation specifically for endpoint insights. So if you're going to use endpoint insights as well, I highly recommend checking that out. But if you want to use the proxy with like minimum privileges, just so that you can use it to pull in web dashboards and things like that, it'll need local admin on the server where it's installed, read-only analyst in configuration manager, DB_data reader, and configuration manager database, so SQL permissions, and then read permissions in Active Directory. If you wanted to leverage the service account to elevate permissions, it'll need local admin on any device that actions will be run against, read-write permissions in Active Directory, appropriate configuration manager security role for whatever you're trying to do. If you didn't want to limit any of its capabilities, you just give it full administrator. It'll kind of vary on the environment though. And then permissions to MBAM if applicable. So if you wanted to leverage it for MBAM. But cool. That's the proxy. I have a proxy account, so a service account that I pre-created. We'll test credentials. Credentials are valid. Click Next. This will be your domain. It should populate for you. That's good. Click Next. This will be your configuration manager information. So SMS provider is going to be your primary site name. So this is mine. Your site code, that 3-digit code, SQL server, SQL database, and in most organizations, the default SQL database naming convention is CM_site code. So If you're not positive what it is right away, it's probably CM underscore site code. But we'll test. That looks good. Click next. If you have mbam, you can click here to configure. I don't have mbam in my test environment here, so I'm just going to click install. Click yes. Awesome. And the install is complete. So if you click here, it'll take you to the URL. Otherwise, it'll copy that URL into your clipboard. So I can paste it up here. Log in with the account that was used to complete the installation. Go to administrators, permissions, add yourself. Give yourself an admin role. And you should be good for the initial install. I'll make another video that goes over the configuration stuff. Please make sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.